Welcome, coming to you live from the studios of LA Talk Live in sunny Los Angeles, California. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more, and I'm your host, Alayna. We're here to talk about beauty and more in all its expressions every Wednesday at noon Pacific time. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
Ended up with my heart and soul. About time that you know. If you just believe and see like I see, you'll know that the world is yours to own. Just follow my lead beyond material things. It's time to let you know you're better than beautiful. You're better than beautiful.
It started out like a totally normal day.
I love you.
I mean, I guess I was a little sweaty and I was definitely sore. I thought I had gas. Turns out I was having a heart attack. Heart disease is the #1 killer of American women. So now I take care of myself and tell the other women in my life to do the same. Make it your mission to save your life and the lives of the women you love. Find out more from the American Heart Association at goredforwomen.org.
It's the Black and White New Year's Eve dinner and show starring Shantae Moore, the Daz Band, with special guests the Young Hearts. Wednesday, December 31st, New Year's Eve at the Proud Bird Restaurant, 11022 Aviation Boulevard near LAX in Los Angeles. It's a special midnight countdown as the Daz Band featuring Jerry Bell let it whip. Live in concert, the incomparable Shantae Moore with special guest the Young Hearts. Let's ring out the old and ring in the new. It's a fabulous VIP dinner at 6 p.m. and showtime to follow. Tickets available online at ticketleap.com. That's ticketleap.com. Tickets also available at inglewoodtickets.com or by calling 310-671-6400.
Hi, this is Alan Azoulay with Azoulay Media Productions. I'm really excited to bring you Groove to the 70s, an indoor live concert event taking place Friday, January 16th, 2015, featuring Creedence Relived and Smooth Sounds of Santana, two of the best tribute bands in America. Pre-sale tickets are only $29, benefiting Homes for Our Troops and the Humane Society. So get your tickets now at latalklive.com. And stick around for the after party with our LA Talk Live DJs, Veneric Marshall and Mario Alvarado, who will be spinning great tunes that will take you back. So come to the Village at Old World, conveniently located just off the 405 freeway and Beach Boulevard in nearby Huntington Beach, for this memorable evening. Bring your friends or that special someone. Hope to see you there.
Welcome back to Alayna's Beauty Talk and more. This is my last show of the year, everybody. So we are here to end this year beautiful, healthy, and fit. You know, that's really important to me. All of the shows that I've done all year are all about, you know, being beautiful from the inside out. Because I say this all the time. No matter how much makeup you put on, if you're not feeling well or I always use this kind of extreme, having a heart attack, you're not going to be pulling out your most favorite lipstick to be put on. You know, you really have to know your body. You need to stay fit. And it's not just one day a week. It's 365 days for the rest of your life. So this show is really going to have us end on a very fit note and also start the new year being fit from the inside out. So I have an amazing guest. He came to me actually through an amazing PR lady who sent me two of my most newest guests that have just been so terrific. What's it, Tahia?
Takia.
Takia. Someday, Takia, I promise you I'll pronounce your name right. But she introduced me to Michael Carson, who's sitting next to me, who's an amazing fitness instructor, fitness guru. And the funniest part, we were both born and raised in Rochester, New York, which we didn't know, which doesn't happen very often.
No, but we did have an escape plan, and we are now in Southern California.
Yeah.
During the cold months.
And I've been here a lot longer than you.
Yes. When did you get here?
75.
Yeah, I've been here since 85. So
it's only 10 years.
Yeah, you had a 10-year jump on. You got to be here during the Olympics. I missed that.
I did the Olympics.
Did you?
Yeah, I was the head of special events for Vidal Sassoon. We were the first corporate sponsors. I traveled with swimming, diving, and gymnastics, and I was one of the few people that had dual citizenship into both the venues, both at UCLA and USC. We had a salon in each of the villages, and then McDonald's they liked me so much, they invited me and my crew to go on the medalist tour across the United States.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah,
that's how I got into all of this. Basically, it was traveling with all the elite athletes. I mean, I held Mary Lou Retton's hand when we gave her first haircut.
Oh, my God. Oh,
and I mean, when the first time I saw, who was the diver?
Well, I was going to say, I went to USC, and I was at the pool, and I was watching this guy dive, and they go, God, that guy's pretty good. He could go somewhere. He goes, that's Greg Louganis.
Yeah, the first time
an Olympic gold medalist.
The first time I saw him do a handstand at the end of the board, I thought I was going to faint. I thought he was going to kill himself.
If you don't see it in person, you don't get an appreciation for how high and how still they are at the top of that platform. It's a very unique sport.
And then I remember hugging the boys before they left to go on the bus the night they won the gold medal, wishing them good luck.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, that is the one thing I wish that I had graduated a little earlier so I could have been here 2 years earlier so I could have seen the Olympics.
I saw it all. I was there from the beginning of 1984, traveling to New York for the first gymnastics event. And actually, there were more tears during Olympic trials than there were at the Olympics.
You think so? A lot of people were let down?
Yeah, because they worked their whole life, and the one person that came in just didn't make it. Yeah, I mean, and even in the Olympics when they didn't even make it to the final, it was rough.
Well, how about 1980? Like, I have a very great friend and a chiropractor named Ira Schneider who didn't get to go as an Olympic volleyball player because we boycotted.
Yeah.
And can you imagine you train your whole existence and then you can't go?
Yes.
And what a great
hard.
guy. He's still working in fitness and helping. He helps me. He helps all sorts of athletes. So athletes are still his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we are here. Okay, we got to get back on track.
Yeah, talk about fitness. We're talking about... Well, you mentioned something about mental fitness, too.
Mental, I mean, people say to me, why do you work out so much? And I'm like, yes, I like what it does physically and how I look, but it's more mental. I love the way it makes me feel.
Well, and the habit that you create, and you think about the end of the year, because we're talking about wrapping up and having a very good, healthy end of the year, and fitness is one of the things that we drop off and reestablish at the beginning of the year. It's almost as if we give ourselves a little leeway and say, okay, it's the holidays, we can do, but that's the worst time to completely let your guard down, because mentally it also puts you behind the balls. Not just physically, but mentally now you're having to pull yourself from under the water, under the ground, and start again, and that's not the way to do it.
No, it's not. That's what I tell people. It's really hard to stop and start and stop and start. It's not really good for your body. That actually does more damage.
Yes. You wouldn't do that with a meal. You wouldn't take a bite, walk away from it, go back, have another bite, walk away from it. You need a whole
I've done
meal.
That sometimes.
Well, you're a busy person. But I guess,
no, you don't do.
Yeah, but metaphorically,
I like to finish everything I start.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you build that momentum of consistency, and people go, well, God, I don't have an hour every day or 30 minutes every day. Well, that's the old style of you have to commit. You don't have to commit that long. If you have 5 minutes a day, if you have 10 minutes a day.
That's why I love you. You break it down to this.
It's all you need, because there are windows of opportunity in our day that give us much more bang for our buck, as it were. So when you're hungry and you do a big flash of exercise, you get a huge effect than if you were not hungry and you did an hour of exercise and waited to eat afterwards. You wouldn't get the same effect as you would because your body has a survival mechanism that we need to tap into. And during the holidays, that's the best time to try and establish that survival
It
mechanism.
is, because you're going to parties,
Hopefully.
hopefully I have one tomorrow. Yeah, you're going to parties, you're going to friends, you're either having people over, and if you're depressed in your home, then this is even better for you.
Right.
Because you can put on music and dance around, do your fitness in seconds.
Yeah, and
I mean, there's things that you can do so that you don't feel like you're depressed.
Well, and you mentioned Fit in Seconds, and Fit in Seconds is a product, obviously, I have. I was on the show last time because of it, and it's
another show. I mean, every time I turn around, you've been on the stage,
Well, and
we love you here.
And because of you, I was very lucky to be on Dr. Levi's show as well, and it went fantastic. I mean, we kind of see things a lot the same when it comes to...
Yeah, he's my favorite fitness guru, too.
He knows a lot, and he is learning every day, and that's the kind of guy I want to be around. Someone
too.
who, he doesn't just rest on his laurels. He's basically, and his book is right over there. We can see it. The Art of Fitness. Pick it up if you haven't picked it up yet, and it's fantastic. But when it comes to I am a private trainer, have been for quite a long time, and for myself, I want to stay fit, but I am in LA. I have to drive. I have a pet. I have clientele. I have all sorts of things I have to attend to, so I can't work out like I used to when I was a competitive athlete. But my 90-second workout that I've been doing...
You're in amazing shape.
Well, and that's the reason why, is because every workout that I do, I follow it with a meal. And I'll do 90 seconds 2 or 3 times a day right now. And that's, yesterday I did 3 times. And I follow it immediately with a meal. And when I do this, my entire body is being told you've exercised 3 times in one day.
I have a question. When you work out with your clients, do you work out with them?
Some of them I do some hiking, some running, some if I teach my class on Saturdays at the Equinox, I absolutely am working
Equinox
out.
do you teach
the Marina Del Rey.
That's what I figured, because you
Yeah.
live out there.
Yeah, it's 10 a.m. on Saturdays, and it's a class that it's longer than 90 seconds. It's about 55 minutes long, and it is a combination of movements that I've utilized for many of the programs I've created for Carmen Electra and Exercise TV and Body by Jake and the Surfer Girl
I
workout.
know. Body by Jake's mom was a client
Of yours?
of Bruno and Suni, so I remember her for years and years and years.
Does she have as big a personality as he does?
Bigger.
Really? Because I wonder where, because he has got an energy
Bigger.
about him that is infectious in a way, and I've been able to work for him.
I mean, what I
many
remember
times.
of her, which was years ago, bigger.
Wow.
She
Wow.
would.
Got that East
she
Coast
walked
bravado, huh?
in a room, you knew this lady was in the room.
Really? Yeah, and her son is like that as well. And
I've met him.
He's given me so many opportunities, and I've been very
Is
lucky.
he still around doing
He is.
stuff?
He actually just opened up a gym. I believe it was in either Michigan or Ohio. It's one of those two states. Forgive me, I'm not getting it right. But he's continually building programs for people and giving them exercise facilities. And in the Palisades, he helped establish a gym as well as.
So he's not in L.A. anymore.
No, he lives in L.A., but
he's
he's doing things around the country.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
say, I couldn't imagine him not living in L.A.
No, when you're in fitness, you have to have a home base in LA, I think, to be truly attached to what the next wave and what the newest thing is, because
I
it
mean,
starts
yeah,
here.
I work out at Gold's Gym in Hollywood,
Mhm.
and I see the phases, but they don't last long.
The good ones do, but
There haven't been many lately.
well, the kettlebells have lasted.
I don't
Um,
even see those around. They would be you would be tripping over them everywhere.
What happened with those is a lot of people got
Their
injured.
shoulders.
They got injured, and
Yeah.
there are different schools of teaching with the American and the Russian style of kettlebells. And I'm American, but I do have some Russian heritage. The Russian style is a little more smart and well thought out, where the American one is all brute and it tends to pull things and tear things, and
those
not so good for you.
and what they used to hang over, those yellow things,
Oh, the TRX.
the TRX. I don't see. I saw one yesterday. One of the trainers was working on it herself.
It is,
But I have not seen them. They were everywhere hanging.
it
in the
is
gym.
still doing great, and
I'm glad to see
I actually
that.
worked for the company for a while.
I mean, they're rough. At my level, no.
Well, it depends, and it's funny because different countries are now embracing it. Like in Israel, for example, they have them hanging in public in places.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry about that. They hit the microphone.
Oh, okay. I wondered what that was.
They have them to to make people want to work out. So they'll have them near bus stops, and they'll have them near areas where people might just be.
I'm glad.
Yeah, it's one of those
still
things.
Around?
Still around. The Navy SEAL that created it did a real good job. Randy Hetrick.
She was working on it. My cousin actually had a studio in the Valley that she just taught that.
The group exercise ones too? Did she do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I started with it.
Yeah.
It's been now.
I thought I was
10
athletic.
years.
My cousin makes me look like a peanut.
Did she grow up out here?
No, she's from Buffalo or Jamestown.
All right. God, aren't you glad we're not in the East Coast right now?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad.
I mean, they have had rain and the snow has disappeared,
but you know what
it's going to snow.
Coming back though is the old style stretch. I see all the old style fitness coming back, the old original stretches.
I hope
workouts.
It does, because I teach old style.
Me too.
Where I utilize the beat of the music and the measure of the music, and the movements go where the whole room is moving together as a pack. Where some of the newer routines you see that are out there, there's music in the room, but everyone is like an oil rig field. They're doing at different levels and different speeds, and that's not the same group exercise energy that we had when we were starting out, where people would scream and howl and at the same time know when a crescendo was happening.
I took one of the first, Jane Fonda classes.
Over on Robertson? Or
yes,
was it? Yeah.
Robertson.
Do you remember Richard Walsh?
Mm-mm.
No, he was a top instructor there.
But no, I was teaching adult fitness at the West Side Y for, I taught there over 20 years.
Wow.
So that's how I started. After the Olympics, I had
you had the thick socks. You had the puffy socks.
Oh God, yes! And the first time, I still have
them. And the G-string on the outside of the tights.
I still have some of those.
Yeah, well, don't get rid of them because they will be coming back.
No, I won't be wearing them again.
You never know.
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, good. It means you're not a heavy drinker.
No, I don't drink at all. Actually,
good.
I figured, why put those extra calories in?
Well, and you're right.
And I'm allergic to most alcohol. So I break out in welts underneath my eyes, which is not pretty.
Stay away from it then.
I have.
Well, and bringing up alcohol, that's something that...
Yeah, we need to... that was something I wanted to talk about.
Well, when we get into the holiday season and we get into the colder months, people do tend to reach more for these comforting drinks, ones that are higher in sugar, of course, alcohol involved. And what that does is it eliminates some of the water that we're ingesting. So we dehydrate without even realizing we're dehydrating because we're just not drinking the water. We're consuming other things that are more like a diuretic that might affect us, the hot drinks, the cocoa, if you have hot cider with brandy, and that's all the things, and eggnog.
Do you drink coffee?
I have never had a cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying that you've never had a cup of coffee in your life.
In the Mideast, I think I did when I was offered something during sort of a ritual lunch that I had. I took a sip and...
Now, do you drink, do you drink teas, or do you pretty much just stick with water?
Water. I drink a lot of water. I will have coconut water a lot.
Okay. You brought that out. Yeah.
Yeah, coconut water is great because it does help to give you some of the essential elements you need besides just the hydration, and it will do it in a fast fashion.
Yeah.
And it tastes pretty good. It just gives you a little bit of flavor without having to... Because now that I haven't had soft drinks and things like that in years...
I haven't either.
They're so sweet. If you try me, you go, whoa, it's too much. Sometimes just having a Coke, you'll order a Coke, or you'll be at a restaurant and you'll take a sip and it's just too much.
Yeah, I haven't even gone near that in years and years and years.
Do you have a sweet tooth at all?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But I bet you have a sweet tooth, but you don't eat a lot.
No.
Yeah.
I can't, I mean, no, my body just won't deal with it anymore. I'll just get a headache.
And that's really, then the alcohol does the same thing too, and it's all inflammation. It's making our brain and our body and our cells swell.
Is that what it's at? Well, I
sugar
never knew.
Causes that immediate inflammation in the body, and that's
when I was younger, yes, I ate a ton of sugar. I didn't know any different.
But you were busy too, and you were doing probably more activity.
I mean, when I lived in Rochester, we didn't know anything about diets.
No, my favorite thing would be to eat a whole box of raspberry zingers.
Oh my God! I like the plain Janes, or
Yeah.
I mean, we never
remember Little Debbie products.
Yeah. Oh my God!
If
They're still around.
If you're home listening, stay away from the Debbie.
I mean,
1 leads to 6.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we were. we just didn't know about nutrition in those days growing. And I'm a lot older than you, so
what we thought of
just
was
didn't know.
a steak meant you were doing well because you could eat steak.
Right.
Vegetables were something that we rejected.
Yeah, out
because-
of a can.
Right. Well, the color. Remember the faded color that they
Yeah.
were? Even the carrots were an orange
Like,
that wasn't really an orange.
They
and
were brown orange.
that broccoli that was almost like a cartoon broccoli. But now we have really good things at our hands. We can go to the supermarket and there will be a buffet there of items that we never knew existed growing up. I didn't know there was kale and that there was chard and there was
I didn't know
rainbow
any of that
chard.
stuff.
But now I embrace it, and I'm so much healthier than I was when I was a child.
Me too.
I like it.
I like it too. And,
like it.
I want people to understand they don't have to be perfect. Even, we're in the exercise world, nutrition world, but you just have to be consistent and good and, make smart choices. And if you go off and eat something you're not supposed to, that's okay too. Just enjoy it.
Well, don't deny yourself.
Don't deny yourself. Just go back to your regular food.
Right. And that's the thing, and not to bring it back selfishly to Fit in Seconds, but the Fit in Seconds
No,
program.
you should. I want you to promote that.
Well, the great thing about it is you're always one meal or one snack away from being directly back into your fitness routine.
Yeah.
And when you do the 90-second routine, have a drink of water, and then begin your meal or snack within 15 minutes of finishing
Okay.
it, your body will lose fat every meal. Every
And
single meal.
we had your friend who was from
yes,
Rochester,
Robert. Yeah,
who
Robert Oriel.
really had lost 30 pounds.
He's over 30 pounds lost now.
Yeah,
And he's a big guy. He's a guy 6'2.5", 6'3".
He looked big. He was big.
Yeah, he's a guy that looks like if he
And
was
he's
coming
a
to collect
single
money from
dad.
you, you'd pay attention.
And he's a single dad. I mean, he was a teddy bear.
Yeah, well, he's a great guy.
But, he's a single dad that's got his kid, his work. I mean, he's busy.
He is. And
He's a busy guy.
And even he'll admit he's not the most. Consistency is a problem with him when it comes to fitness because of all that. He'd like to make it a priority, but you can't. So for him to be able to do it and to lose the weight and not sacrifice his work and time with his daughter, he's really happy with that. And it makes me happy because he's also from Rochester, so I'm helping my hometown
I
buddy.
know, that was so weird that day all three of us were from Rochester.
I know, and it's funny because almost everybody that I know has left Rochester. There 10% have stayed, and the place is fantastic. It's just something that in the wintertime is insufferable. I mean, it
I
doesn't
could
end.
not go back there to live.
No, if you
but
can walk-
it is beautiful.
If you can walk off your roof into a snowdrift consistently, that's probably it.
All right.
Not good.
All right, let's really get into Fit for Seconds.
Fit in Seconds.
Yeah, Fit in Seconds. Because you got a promotion running now, so I really want to make sure people know about that.
Yes.
And then let's pretty much kind of walk everybody listening through, Fit
The
in
process.
Seconds, the process.
Sure. So let's say that you're online and you're looking for a solution for weight loss. And you don't have a lot of time, you don't have a lot of money, but your doctor's told you your blood pressure is high and that your weight is too much and that you really have let's say a class reunion that's coming up in the next year and you want to look your best. I mean, we don't want to look like...
When they start thinking about class reunions, it's like a month before. How can I
Exactly.
look 20 years younger?
Well, I can promise you 7 pounds of weight loss in a month at least.
That's a lot.
And I'm talking fat loss, not just weight loss, because you'll be gaining muscle mass at the same time you're doing this. But let me walk you through the program. And
Yes, let's not deviate.
At fitinseconds.com right now, we have 2 promotions going on. One, you can get the 3 months package for free. And all you have to do is put in the code FACE, capital letters FACE, and 2014. And you'll be able to get the first 3 months for free.
And is there a code where you put that in where it says code?
Yes, there'll be an app. Apply the code here. There's a little box that says to place it there, and you put it there.
Okay.
And there's another one for 50% off that's also directly on the site, and you can get 50% off the year or the 6-month package.
Okay. And those aren't even expensive.
No, the most expensive package is $99. 50% off, you're at $48.50, and so you're not really looking at an expense. You're looking at the 50% off, less than $1 a week, because each week you'll get a new routine that's sent to you. Let me explain.
And you're the one doing the routine.
I'm in the routine myself, and either one girl, it'll either be Sherry or it'll be Tina or it'll be Anna. We have a team at Fit in Seconds that back me up that are there as well. And what it is
but
simple.
Is it your voice on all of them?
It's my face. It's my body. It's
your everything.
It's my image. If it
all
wasn't,
right.
if
Well, that's what I was trying to say.
Yes,
you didn't farm it out.
No. Heck no. No, there'll be no farming. I was we were not farm raised. We were fresh caught. All the girls are fresh caught.
And they're pretty.
And they're pretty, and they are not unrealistic because although the girl you see, Sherry, that's in the first 8 workouts with me, she's extremely lean. She's a bikini model now, and she lost all of the extra fat doing the Fit in Seconds workout. She was at
Does
a
she
stick
talk
point.
about that?
She does, but she's not here to talk.
Not here, but on the video that... Oh, no, it can't be.
No, just the workouts. She does.
She can't do that because there's not enough time.
No, we go right for it. We don't waste any time. And that's the thing is when you get the workout, you'll pay for the product, and the workout is delivered directly to your cell phone, to your tablet.
It's all green.
It's all green in a way that you do not have any shipping. There's no packaging that you have to tear open. You're never going to cut yourself trying to get the thing open or be frustrated. It's already delivered to your whatever device that you decide to use it on. And the suggestion for me, and what works the best and has worked for the users, is to do this workout at least 2 to 3 times before a meal or snack, 5 days a week. You can do 7 days a week. You can do as many of them a day as you want, but to get the results of 7+ pounds a month loss, you want to do at least 5 days, 2 to 3 times a day.
For 90 seconds.
You do 90 seconds of your workout. You follow that workout with a swig of water, which I recommend, and then you begin your meal or snack within 0 to 15 minutes after finishing the workout. So you don't have to wait 15 minutes, and you don't have to be finished with your meal within 15 minutes, but you need to tell your body that you're ingesting some food that simulated, because what the workout does, it simulates an instinctual hunt that we used to do pre-civilization. We would hunt and gather for food. The message when we're hungry is different now. We go to the supermarket, we go to the restaurant. Back then it meant you better hunt and gather for food or you're going to die. And so it was a serious thing. It was either that or not provide for yourself and your loved ones. So you would immediately ingest the food after the hunt, which gave you an instinctual metabolic response, one that would not allow you to store the calories. Your body would only use them for energy, and the muscle mass would build from the protein that you would eat. Using the muscles that you did for the workout like we do for our Fit in Seconds, you're building specific muscles for your posture, for your back, for your legs. So I'm working your body in a way that's going to beautify your system while we're shrinking it. So it's not a 2-step process. It's all happening at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to. I mean, since you came on the last, I didn't have a chance to go back and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But because I do a lot of fitness, I started doing that, in my
It makes
kitchen.
you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just started to do some of my old, some of my old, routines, my old aerobic routines. And that's basically what it is. You want to get your heart rate up.
Well, and there's been a great study that just came out. I'm just pulling it up on my phone that has been emailed out in, I think now it's 14 different versions of it. There was a study done in Ontario with 14 individuals that were overweight, and they had them do 1 minute 3 times a week of intense exercise. They had them pedaling a bicycle. My workout is a little bit more total body involving and will help your balance, your nervous system, your cardiovascular system. All happens at the same time. What they did, though, proves that their cardiovascular benefit was 12% for every one of the participants for doing 3 minutes of intense exercise a week. The Diabetes Association did also a study that said that if you do that same type of activity twice a week at 90% of your capacity and eat a meal within 30 minutes, you can reverse and halt the effects of type 2 diabetes.
Wow.
That's how powerful this window of hunger to motion to meal. It's very powerful. And I've done ultra-endurance athletics. I've been a 300-mile expedition team racer. I've done the LA Marathon 3 times. I am not someone who's afraid of intense endurance fitness. But this, as you see now, is I'm still very fit.
You're very fit.
I'm literally teaching my class, and I'm doing 90 seconds, 5 days a week, 3 times a day. I do have a couple of extra routines sometimes I'll do on a Sunday, but I'm working out less than 2.5 hours a week at age 47, and I am maintaining a very good physique.
Yeah, very good physique. Oh my goodness, we already talked for half an hour.
Wow, that went fast.
That went really fast. All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about more Fit in Seconds.
And some food, maybe.
And food, what, holiday stuff, just tips to keep us, leaner, not to gain those 10 pounds that sometimes you gain in that week between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, but we want you to have as much fun during the holidays as possible.
You can have a lot of fun, and probably even more if you're feeling good and not over bloated.
I guarantee it.
All right, so stay tuned. Michael and I will be right back. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
tuning into LA Talk Live, reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk. Stay tuned.
It's the Black and White New Year's Eve dinner and show starring Shantae Moore, the Daz Band, with special guests the Young Hearts. Wednesday, December 31st, New Year's Eve at the Proud Bird Restaurant, 11022 Aviation Boulevard near LAX in Los Angeles. It's a special midnight countdown as the Daz Band featuring Jerry Bell let it whip. Live in concert, the incomparable Shantae Moore with special guest the Young Hearts. Let's ring out the old and ring in the new. It's a fabulous VIP dinner at 6 p.m. and showtime to follow. Tickets available online at ticketleap.com. That's ticketleap.com. Tickets also available at inglewoodtickets.com or by calling 310-671-6400.
Hi, this is Alan Azoulay with Azoulay Media Productions. I'm really excited to bring you Groove to the 70s, an indoor live concert event taking place Friday, January 16th, 2015, featuring Creedence Relived and Smooth Sounds of Santana, two of the best tribute bands in America. Pre-sale tickets are only $29, benefiting homes for our troops and the Humane Society. So get your tickets now at latalklive.com. And stick around for the after party with our LA Talk Live DJs, Veneric Marshall and Mario Alvarado, who will be spinning great tunes that will take you back. So come to the Village at Old World, conveniently located just off the 405 freeway and Beach Boulevard in nearby Huntington Beach for this memorable evening. Bring your friends or that special someone. Hope to see you there.
Hi, this is Dr. Levi, your fitness doctor, making a personal house call, inviting you to join me Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific for my all-new show, The Dr. Levi Show. Join us as we discuss fitness, health, and well-being, including emotional and spiritual health. So don't forget to tune in to The Dr. Levi Show every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, exclusively on latalklive.com and the Talk Live Broadcast Network. You can also catch us on iTunes, Radio R&B, or watch us on Ustream.tv, or catch us on the Live 365 network, and now on Radio Flag and Stitcher Radio. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Touchdown every morning, 10 times, not just now and then. Give that chicken fat back to the chicken and don't be chicken again. No, don't be chicken again. Push up every morning, 10 times push up, starting low. Once more on the rise, nuts to the flabby guys. Go, you chicken fat, go away. Go, you chicken fat, go away.
Welcome back to Alayna's Beauty Talk and more. This is my producer, Richard. I'm trying to get him to come on the mic, but he keeps saying not today. You know, it's the last show of the year. Come on the mic, please.
All right, thank you for inviting me on. In the background, the sounds of, let's see, this is Robert Preston. This is an oldie but a goodie. I was saying to you guys offline that as an elementary school child, maybe in second or third grade, fourth grade, our gym teacher would play this song and have us exercise. And we hated this song. I mean, you know, we hated it. And bearing in mind that kids were so much thinner and leaner then. You know, if you think of what we see today in our society in terms of obesity, it's absolutely mind-boggling. And there was always one chubby kid, of course, in every neighborhood.
Was that you?
No. Thus Fat Albert. You remember Fat Albert, right? It was
exactly.
Emblematic of every neighborhood. There was a chubby kid. I was a really bony kid, and I used to love to eat
You
raw lemons.
still have a great body.
Well, thank you very much.
Raw
I'm
lemons.
working out now too. Raw lemons.
yeah, I think
Whoa.
you've heard so much
Yeah.
of my fitness, it's rubbed off
Yeah,
on you.
I had to get back at it eventually. I always worked out all my life. I just got off track when I started running my own business. So I'm loving that fitness, Fit in Seconds. I'm going to go check that out, sign up for that free program.
Yeah, get the free.
Because I'm at the Y now, and I'm back to my routines, and I'm
Oh,
feeling
you
better.
joined the Y out here?
Yeah, the one up on Westchester.
Yeah, the Westchester Y.
It's a wonderful
It's
Y.
a best
I'm going to
Y.
get you in there with Grandma Wears Makeup, because a lot of seniors go to that Y.
Well, that's what I used to teach that class at the West Side Y.
Oh, really?
That's
okay,
how I
so
started
there we go.
teaching. I taught adult fitness at the Y for 20 years.
Wow. So that song, Chicken Fat, about 50 years ago, 45 years ago, it still is in my head.
You're that old?
Yeah. And I was really, and I was saying that now recently I noticed that I think one of the shoe manufacturers is using this as a backdrop to some of the athletes they're featuring. You might
They
see
are.
it on TV. Yeah.
Now I remember it as
Yeah.
you pointed out.
It's a great song.
Yeah, every
Chicken-
time
the
I
Chicken
have
Fat
fitness,
song.
you play it.
I have to play the
All right,
Chicken Fat
wish
song.
you know what? He's probably going to go off the mic because
Right.
he said he had to do stuff. So
Got some
please
things to
wish
do.
all my listeners happy
I would like to
holidays.
wish the 600,000 growing listeners of Alayna's Beauty Talk. I got to just print the stats for you. Your stats have really blossomed into this.
To 600,000?
massive- Yes,
Wow.
believe it or not, we've seen
Wow.
some.
You got a lot of Christmas cards, all right.
We've seen some real spikes in our listenership, especially with the addition of Radio Flag and TuneIn Radio. The fact that TuneIn Radio and Harman Corporation's AHA Radio is in cars now. All the new cars coming out, like Teslas, Porsches, Mazdas, Hondas, all have internet access in the car, and therefore you can pull us up. So we've seen some astronomical spikes in numbers. We've got a new website coming. So I want to thank all of your listeners for all of their support. Nearly 5 years now and going strong.
Yeah,
and
May
I've often
5th.
commented that this is one of the few broadcasters who in nearly 5 years has probably missed no more than 10 shows. That's
fantastic.
a lot. See, people don't appreciate what these hard-working internet broadcasters do and how consistent they are. If you look at a show that's been running as long as Alayna's show and how few episodes she's missed nonstop, that in and of itself, if I'm the one who's got to do it, should go down in the Internet Broadcasters Hall of Fame.
He's
And
been
if I've
my
got to create it
producer
myself,
since day one.
yeah.
He's never missed. Maybe out of all the shows
ever
that
missed?
I've done, I
Yeah.
think once
Maybe
Ness
one.
did the show, maybe once or twice, and that is
That's it,
it.
yeah.
You
You and me.
always, no matter. Some days he couldn't even talk. He'd come in here so sick with a toothache. Remember,
Yeah,
with
I've been
his,
through it all.
oh my
Yeah.
God,
Burnt out
he
from the week, the
never
whole nine.
missed
Yeah.
one
But
of
it
my
does show that
shows.
you're going to have no problem with that fitness regimen because you're dedicated.
dude.
He's
You're
very
Well, let me say,
dedicated.
Consistency is the key.
Although the challenges and rigors of life have taken their toll upon my beautiful body, I jest, of course. From the time I was a kid, man, we had. This is the funny thing. We had weights in the basement back east. Every kid.
We
you
had
know,
basements back east.
Well, that too. But as an 8-year-old, we had weights. My brother was 5 years older. You know, it was the magazines with the muscle guys in the back of the
Iron Man.
last
Remember Iron
right?
Man
Yeah, of
magazine?
course.
Yeah.
So every kid, I mean, every Christmas, at least once in your childhood, your parents would buy you a set of weights. Not like they really cared what you did with them. So we always had weights. And then throughout my life, I used to run 5 miles, no problem. I wouldn't do it now because I haven't, and I know how deleterious that can be on my joints at this point. But I'm taking it slow and working myself back in. And one of the things I've learned from one of the other shows, as well as yours, Alayna, and all the great fitness people you've had on, is that there is this element of exercise, or this reference to it, let's say, called BTN, on those days when you don't really feel like exercising. My BTN exercise, as it's been explained to me, is better than nothing.
Yeah.
So, I get up there 4 to 5 times a week and,
It's
get
good for
something
your
in.
brain.
Oh, well, I
Just,
always knew that.
Just getting away from your phones, getting away from the daily routine, and just focusing on yourself and your body.
Well, and as you bring that up, it's about yourself too, and it creates a self-esteem that you didn't have prior to just doing that good thing for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it so you do good things for other people too.
I studied exercise again, going back from a kid. Once I got into my mid to late teens, I was really big into fitness, weightlifting, boxing, football. Not much
you're
basketball.
very
yeah.
athletic, and
Well, I
your
used
son
to be.
is very athletic.
He's amazing, man. If those genes came from me, I've got the next pro athlete on my hands, but it won't be football.
Excellent.
With all those
No.
concussions. Oh my God, that's
Try to
really
keep them
ugly. No,
track and field.
Yeah, something in that realm. But
they can give you
nonetheless,
money, though.
I've always been into exercise. It just was times in my life when I would, not have the time because I'm dedicated to the business. But now I do. Our schedules have changed. I've got more time where I can get away and take care of myself, and I feel fantastic.
Yeah,
and
you're
I know
gonna, and
I know all the benefits.
And you run my board, and then before
Sure.
me, you've been running, Dr. Levi's. So I mean, you get 3 hours of straight talk about beauty and fitness and health from the inside out. So it accumulates in your brain because you're here, listening through it with the headphones.
As a last comment, and I'll let you guys get back to it. One of the things I've learned that was most important, though, is the concept of juicing. And I found that there's a guy across the street, Courtyard Cafe, I'll give him a plug, right across the street from us, who has a juicer. And I noticed him making these juices. And I'm like, wow, I need to try that one day. And one of the guests you had on recently, Adina, talked about juicing. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get me a juice. So I went online and looked up some juicing recipes. And I've got one called the liver scrubber, lung scrubber.
It's a hard one.
All of those things that, I like to have fun and party with.
And are hard to scrub.
Exactly, from the outside. Well, I've come up with some great recipes. The guy makes them for me on a weekly basis, daily basis almost, and so I'm juicing as well.
Yeah, your skin looks amazing.
Well,
You're glowing.
I've always felt that I can take back whatever time is taken away from me. So that's one of the things about the body. It's incredible in the way that it heals itself. And if you just give it a little nudge.
And that's so true.
Thank you, Alayna, for all that.
So many people will say that, well, it's too late. I'm too old. No. I've got
You're
clients.
never too old.
You have clients in their 80s. I have clients in their 80s. And you change. Their physiques change. Their posture changes. Their energy changes. Even their humor changes. Because all of a sudden they're relaxed about their fitness.
Nathan, he's 80, almost 81. And before they were on their way to Barcelona.
He sounds like a young kid, Nathan. Sounds like, like a 10-year-old.
He looks like a young kid. Anyway, I showed up today, and he goes, you know what? I was taking a shower, and he said, at 80 years old, I saw more muscle definition in my legs than I've seen in years. And the other day, or a few months ago, he finally touched his toes.
Oh, fantastic.
And I said, Nathan, when was the last time because I've been practicing with him. And I said, when was the last time you touched your toes? He said, probably 50 years ago.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you, Alayna, for all of your hard work and dedication to LA Talk Live. Without you, this station would not be what it is today. You bring through the best guests. And to you, Michael, I got to tell you, man, nearly 50. I probably got you about 10 years, I think. But nearly 50 years old, dude, to have that physique.
Thank you.
I never wanted bulk. I just want to be lean, fit, all that stuff. I can touch my toes anytime, drunk or sober. But I got to tell you, man, you are a true testament to your program. So that's what really inspired me today. Like, wow, and it's free. I'll check it out.
That's what I wanted.
It's free time being, and we're going to help support you and get this out here.
Thank you, because it's so important that
all these fat people nowadays.
Well, and people that not only are they fat, they're not happy, and that accumulates, and it gets darker and heavier as you get older, and it permeates into your friendships, into your family life. Your children will see it. It's not what you want. You want to be able to have a simple barrier to entrance into fitness, and this will get you there.
Yeah, I hear it. Okay, guys, have fun. I'll leave you to it.
Don't forget, we got
Thank
that
you very much.
lady.
I'll be right back.
We'll be back at 1. We actually have a special calling guest.
Oh, excellent.
At 1 o'clock. So we got to
speed
up our
Thanks
show
for the
here.
time. I appreciate it, guys.
I love
Great
having you come on. Are you kidding? I try and get you on as much as possible.
Thanks.
Yeah, he's amazing, and he won't always come on, but sometimes this is the end of the year.
This is a special year.
This is a special show, and Richard's taught me I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for him.
Well, I'm glad he's doing it because I'm enjoying doing this with you.
Everybody, yeah. Wow, over 600,000.
So to the 600,000 people, we were offline
talking
about food. We were talking about food and what happens in this next 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
We'll bring her on, but okay. Let's say, we gotta focus.
We gotta focus.
Okay, what is let's go to your program. Let's do points fast.
Okay, bullet points.
Bullet points. What is the best thing about your program?
That it is very accessible anywhere that you're at. There's no reason to skip 90 seconds of movement because you don't have to have a piece of equipment. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't have to bring anything to you. And that is the thing that people have always had an excuse. I don't have time for fitness. I can't get to and from. I don't have a half an hour today and 45 minutes tomorrow, and I can't work out that long. Well, I've heard all the excuses. If you don't have 90 seconds, do you brush your teeth? Do you wash your hands? Do you use the restroom?
You better be washing your hands.
Yeah, especially after the bathroom. And and really, when you do
That's how come we get off.
Yes, exactly. And literally, that time is longer than it would take you to do this 90 seconds of fitness. And the 90 seconds of fitness tells your body that you are trying to survive, whatever it is. And that survival message makes your cells replicate better. It makes your body not hold on to the weight. It makes your muscles and lean muscles actually begin to grow because of the ones that you've used. And it's not a hypothesis. It's a truism. And it's something that's helping the world right now. And small groups of people are starting to understand that this small window helps. Other people, I'm okay with the fact that you want to work out 6-7 hours a week, get out the stress, get out all those things.
But that doesn't mean they can't do this too.
No, and that was what I was going to say next. Thank you for saying that, because
I do that, but I haven't followed your program, but I did my own.
Well, because I always do it even if I'm in my regular program. I do
Yeah.
because it maximizes the absorption of your food and minimizes the food that will stay on your body.
But also when if you're cooking and you're hungry, then you tend to pick anything, even what you're cooking. You tend to walk around your kitchen and pick at little things. So you're eating more calories while you're cooking.
Often that's the case. And if you were to do the 90 seconds and then you can pick, you won't have the problem.
Right. And that, the 90 seconds is your appetizer.
And what it does also, and I know there's people go, how could this be such a miracle? Well, it's not a miracle. It's actually an instinctual, hardwired response in our body. But you will eat less food than you would have if you didn't do the 90 seconds before your meal. Because the other response is that your body wants to make sure it doesn't eat too much so you could flee from a predator if need be. This is, pre-civilization, hardwired stuff into our metabolism that we don't think of anymore because we are in our cars and we are going through a drive-through and we're sitting waiting for our table at a restaurant. That's not that would be the time when you're hungry to do that workout. So if you're in a restaurant, and I have lots of clients and I've got a couple of buddies that do it, and people say, well, it's kind of embarrassing to be doing moving out in front of a restaurant. And I go, well, the guy talking on a cell phone, smoking a cigarette really loud is more embarrassing to me than someone who's squatting a couple times to make their metabolism not store the food that they're about to eat. There are a lot more embarrassing things you can do. And when you involve your body before you eat, you're going to be in a better mood, you're going to have a better result, and you're not going to gain the weight during the holidays.
All right, let's talk about the alcohol consumption and sugary drinks. We kind of we went to break during that.
Excuse me, we tend to amplify our sugary and alcoholic intake during the holidays. People give it to us as gifts. There are cocktail parties, there are holiday parties, there are little gatherings that would never exist throughout the year, but we use that excuse as, I'll just have one. I'll just have this. But the one leads to a second one, and that leads to the next day doing one or two. And by the end of the holiday season, you found out that you've had 10 times as much alcohol and sugary products ingested as you would during the normal part of the year. And what does that do? It inflames our body.
What does inflame mean?
Inflammation in your system means that, the bloating feeling you have in your intestines.
I get that sometimes.
Yeah, and the headache you can get from too much sugar.
I think women get that more than men.
They can get it more than men, but men can get it just as well. And what sugar does immediately when it hits your system is causes your tissues to inflame. Everything from your intestines to your bloodstream to just about everything in our body, which makes everything slow down, which makes things not efficient, and spikes our insulin. And when the insulin spikes, our body is not going to be functioning as well as it could. Doing these activities before your meal arrests all of that effect because it tells your body to use the food in a different way. And you can still have a sugary drink and a sugary meal, but you will have a different response into how your body digests it.
In your newsletter, which you sent me, which I loved, and I didn't know this before, drinking warm water and lemon helps to neutralize the acid?
It doesn't even have to be warm water. It helps to alkaline your system and helps to break down food. So if you're eating, let's say, a high-protein or high-fat meal, you have lemon water with that, and your food will actually break down, and you'll be able to digest.
Is that why restaurants serve lemon water, or is that just?
It's a combination of that originally and flavor. You know,
Okay.
because water sometimes, if it's not, even if it's a little bit purified, if it doesn't have, it just cleans up the water a bit. It can have less of a chemical flavor. So it's a trick in essence, but it works for us in minimizing inflammation. Because when you don't minimize inflammation, you know, the next day when you've had...
Does it have to be lemon, or is there anything else?
No, lemon seems to be the
best?
the key, yeah.
Okay.
And not the lemon that's in a lemon-shaped bottle that you squeeze.
Oh, I haven't seen those in years. They're still around?
I think they are. You know, we live in the West Coast where everything is so...
Real.
uber natural.
All my clients have lemon trees in their backyard.
Isn't that fantastic? You know, and Meyer lemons out here, which I don't know if anyone's ever had a Meyer lemon. They're these sweet... tender lemons.
I didn't know there were different lemons.
Oh, they're different. The skin's thinner, the juice is sweeter, but it's fantastic. So what I do is I'll get a bunch of lemons, and I'll squeeze them into ice trays, freeze them.
Oh, wow.
Then I just take an ice cube and put it in the water, the lemon ice cube.
I'll tell my clients tomorrow.
Yeah, and it cools down the water, plus it slowly releases the lemon, and it tastes even better.
Because they don't know what to do with all the lemons on their lemon trees.
Squeeze them into ice trays.
Okay.
Empty the ice trays into plastic bags, and then it's a treat that it's almost you can put it at the bottom of the glass and pour the water on top, or put it in the water, and it's going to change the temperature. And the other thing that we didn't mention is that if you have cold water or hot water that's different temperature than your body's temperature, there will be a caloric exchange in order to make your body stay at the same temperature. So you'll burn calories if you have cold water over room temperature water.
Okay, I have another question. What if you have like lemon tea, like a herbal
That's good.
lemon tea? Does that
That's
have the
fantastic.
same effect?
It's going to have a little, if it has caffeine, it'll have a little bit of
No caffeine.
Okay.
It's herbal. I don't drink anything.
It does have the same effect.
Okay.
The only thing that I've been warned from dentists is it can stain your teeth a little bit if you have a lot of tea. That's just something to consider.
Well, and I don't think herbal tea.
It's still it's the tea leaves. It's the tea leaves. Yeah, but it is great, and the fact that it's hot.
See, I have to have hot. I can't have cold.
That's great. You're burning calories, getting your body to regulate that temperature back to 98.6 degrees. So if you do drink something different than your body temperature, your body will actually burn weight off in order to get it.
I thought it had it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you don't.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so if you have ice water, your body has to warm your insides up in order to not have your body freeze. That burns a calorie exchange right there, and that's a little trick that I've used for clients that just want a little calorie burn any way they can. Even eating hot foods, where you get a thermogenic response in your body. If you
do you eat spicy foods?
I do. I don't have them just to have them as spicy, but I do like a little. I love red pepper in my Italian food and Thai.
Are you part Italian?
I grew up very Italian.
We had a lot of Italian food in Rochester.
Yeah, my mom's spaghetti and meatballs. I don't think still at this point in my life I found a meal that I would trade for that if I had to have one on an island. It's just meatballs the size of your fist.
Wow.
Oh my God, they were so good. But I digress. And the thing about your holiday meals, though, don't skip them. The day of your holiday meal, if you wake up and go, I'm not having breakfast and lunch today because I'm going to have a huge meal tonight, that's the worst thing you can do for your metabolism.
Oh my God. I didn't learn that until I was probably in my 30s. I used to think if I didn't eat breakfast, I was saving calories, and then
you were slowing down your system to a crawl and shrinking your stomach. And that first meal, remember the first couple bites you had, they tasted good, but there was pain in your stomach because everything had shrunk and tried to slow itself down. Because
it was crazy.
Our body's trying to survive.
I used to do.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
No, we didn't know any better.
And some people, even though they know it, they still do it because they have this.
I have a girlfriend that still does it.
And they if you tell them that your metabolism is being compromised, they still won't listen.
They just don't get it. They go, but I'm not eating.
They look at the scale weight. That's what they want to look. They don't drink water. They've lost weight on the scale. They think that's good. You're dehydrated and you're slowing your body down, and now you're going to gain weight.
One of my last guests said something very interesting. A lot of people that are depressed, it's because they're dehydrated.
Absolutely.
And I never knew that. I had just heard that.
Or hungry. People that starve themselves, in essence, and that's a severe term, but people that deny themselves calories, let's put it that way. There is a energy in your body when your body's being denied that is telling you get food. And you will be upset, quick to be angry, unable to focus, when you go past a hunger state. Because when we're first hungry, our actual body is more focused for food than it is before that. There's an instinctual pattern that goes, okay, you're hungry, get food. That's how you survive. But when you get past a certain level of hunger and you're going into starvation mode, your body completely begins to shut down, and that makes you less than who you are. And when you're less than who you are, your body gets compromised health-wise. You're not going to make the right decisions. You can get in car accidents more. You can do it. You basically become a watered-down version of yourself without water.
Okay. And in your newsletter, you have more water than I've seen in any of the other articles that I've ever read. So you're a big water person.
I am.
So talk about, because I actually like the way you talked about it in your newsletter.
Thank you.
So talk about that now, how much water consumption you should have.
Well, the average adult uses about 2.5 liters of water a day.
Is that a liter that you have there?
What I have here is actually 32 ounces. It's 1,000 milliliters.
Okay.
And so it's it's 2 liters actually.
Okay.
And the 32 ounces, I probably go through this twice a day. And I could probably drink more and not be overflowing myself with water because I am somewhat active and I talk a lot and my metabolism is always
You're
at a very
quick.
high.
You have a high metabolism.
It's like throw food into my body. It's like throwing coal into a burning flame.
Yeah,
It's
boom, gone.
It's gone. And that's
That's
because
good.
because I keep telling my system to keep working and to keep replicating my cells and to keep myself alive and healthy so I can be the strongest of the fittest and the strongest. That's what I'm telling my system. Same thing you can tell your system. Same thing we can all tell our system. It doesn't mean you don't have to be a superhero to feel like one. Okay? You can feel fantastic and your body's more capable from doing small bits of exercise combined with nutrition. That's what makes an athlete. It's not just some superior genetics that you have. It's a pattern of performance, ingesting the right nutrients, and rest. Performance, nutrients, and rest. And my workout never puts you in a state of overexhaustion. So you're never recovering too much. You're recovering just enough for energy and for full life expectancy.
Now, do you eat meals almost the same time every day?
Never. I don't think I think that's almost impossible unless you're on. My schedule changes and evolves. Literally every week is different from the one before. So I have to evolve with it as well. And I do find that I don't eat late at night like I used to. I used to have a much bigger sweet tooth, and I found now that if I don't eat my dessert right after my meal, just a little, and just let the meal sort of sit for a few minutes, I don't even want the dessert. Because your body does register the full state.
Yeah, if you eat it immediately, you're still hungry. If
Right.
you eat it immediately, your body, if you do wait like a while.
Just a
it's
couple
like-
minutes, and you'll eat less.
You'll eat less.
and you could share it with someone as opposed to having each
The whole
yourself.
thing.
Exactly. And so it's just small little tricks like that. And the first thing in the morning when I wake up, before I use the restroom, before I do anything, I have at least 4 to 6 ounces of water. I don't have it with lemon because that's sometimes just too much time. But even if I have to wake up and I have to use the restroom, I'll be hopping up and down and so I drink that water and then I go in there because I want to force my body to wake up naturally, because the water that we lose while we sleep, when you replace it as soon as you wake, your body it starts. It's like starting your car in the winter when we used to have to do that so it would warm up before we drive it. It warms your system up without having to use caffeine or stimulants.
It took me like 5 years of so many people saying drink water first thing before your cup of coffee. It wasn't until this, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, I finally got it into my brain.
Excellent.
And it has made a difference.
It does, and it makes
I
your
was
skin.
shocked.
Your skin will be
I
better.
noticed that. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and coffee's not a bad thing.
No,
It's just not a
drink
go.
one
It's not
cup.
the go-to thing
No,
for energy.
I drink
just,
1 cup a day.
Oh, good.
I used to drink a lot more, but now I don't. Wow, that was another. Well, Richard joined us. So
Yeah, and I'm glad he
that
did.
was good. Me too. I'm glad he did. All right, we are going to take a short break. When we come back, I should have a call-in coming in at 1 o'clock. We arranged it yesterday kind of on short notice, so we'll see if that happens. It will be fun if it does. So when we come back, we have a little surprise, and then Michael and I will finish out our conversation and give you more tips and more fun things to do for food and exercise through the holidays. So stay tuned. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
On my way to better days, I'll stand and say it now. I'm beautiful and proud. I am what man and some beautifully made. You see me now. You see me now. Want to get it in. Picture perfect brand new day. No
sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Alan Azoulay with Azoulay Media Productions. I'm really excited to bring you Groove to the 70s, an indoor live concert event taking place Friday, January 16th, 2015, featuring Creedence Relived and Smooth Sounds of Santana, two of the best tribute bands in America. Pre-sale tickets are only $29, benefiting homes for our troops and the Humane Society. So get your tickets now at latalklive.com. And stick around for the after party with our LA Talk Live DJs, Veneric Marshall and Mario Alvarado, who will be spinning great tunes that will take you back. So come to the Village at Old World, conveniently located just off the 405 freeway and Beach Boulevard in nearby Huntington Beach for this memorable evening. Bring your friends or that special someone. Hope to see you there.
It's the Black and White New Year's Eve dinner and show starring Shantae Moore, the Daz Band, with special guests the Young Hearts. Wednesday, December 31st, New Year's Eve at the Proud Bird Restaurant, 11022 Aviation Boulevard near LAX in Los Angeles. It's a special midnight countdown as the Daz Band featuring Jerry Bell let it whip. Live in concert, the incomparable Shantae Moore with special guest the Young Hearts. Let's ring out the old and ring in the new. It's a fabulous VIP dinner at 6 p.m. and showtime to follow. Tickets available online at ticketleap.com. That's ticketleap.com. Tickets also available at inglewoodtickets.com or by calling 310-671-6400.
Hubert's Lemonade, tasty, refreshing, sweet, and tart. Happiness in a bottle. Visit Hubert's Lemonade at hubertslemonade.com. Once again, that's hubertslemonade.com. Happiness in a bottle. Xavier Tees and Tots, groundbreaking fashion, forward street smart designs. Tees and Tots for men, women, and boys. Visit XavierUSA.com. Once again, that's XavierUSA.com.
Hi, this is Starlet Quarles, and I'm inviting you to join us every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. for a new show right here on LA Talk Live, The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People. Join us as we discuss the topics that are relevant to today's generational leaders. So don't forget to tune in to The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Welcome back to Alayna's Beauty Talk and more. Well, this is a shout out to my nephew John. This is his music. I'm growing tall. Even though the band has broken up, my nephew's writing his own songs and doing incredible stuff. I will have some of his own original music at the first of the year for us to play. So that's pretty exciting. So, this is my nephew John Zwick. Yay.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. I think our caller is there. Are you there? Are you on?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Oh, it worked.
Yeah, it did work. How are you? We were trying to get a hold of you yesterday, but I'm very excited actually to have you on. Her name is Abra Liberman. Is it Garrett?
It's Abra. It's
Abra.
Like Abraham, yes.
Is it short for Abraham?
No, my mom read it in East of Eden in the John Steinbeck novel, and she loved it. But I don't know how it was pronounced if she hadn't read it. So she just said Abra, like Abraham.
Oh, well, that's a good way for people to remember it. Anyway, I'm very excited because we don't really do very much for Hanukkah. And is tonight the first night or the second night? The second night.
Tonight's the second night.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
the
I'm
first full
Jewish.
day.
I was brought up Jewish. Let's put it that way.
You were stripped of it at some point.
No, I'm still Jewish. I just do more spirituality than Judaism. But, born and bred in it.
Cool. I think a lot of people do that.
I mean,
find
you
a
were
spiritual
like that
path
in the
resonates
little
with
bio thing that I read. You kind of found it later after you had your children.
Well, I was raised Jewish, and my mom was actually Catholic, and she converted, and we had never had a Christmas tree. We were completely Jewish, but after I had my kids and I sent my kids to temple was when it started to really, on a more visceral level, be something I could connect to versus just sort of one of the labels you assign to yourself because that's what you're told from the time you're born.
And you're calling us from Texas, right?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is only the second call-in I've ever had on my show. I usually make everybody come to the studio, but I didn't think in less than 24 hours you could fly to L.A.
And we appreciate you not calling
I would have
collect.
loved to. I love L.A.
All right. While you have you on the air, we can't laugh this whole little time away. We tend to laugh a lot on my show. But I want you to talk about what you created, where people can go to find it, in a little bit. Yeah, let's just start there. Tell people what you created and why you're calling in for Hanukkah.
Well, what we have created is called the Maccabee on the Mantle. And it is a plush doll and a book that teaches the story of Hanukkah. And it was sort of, as you could probably extrapolate from the title, a response to Elf on the Shelf. It was never intended to duplicate Elf on the Shelf, but my son, when he started in kindergarten, he saw Elf on the Shelf everywhere. And we're Jewish, and Santa doesn't come to our house, and there was just no way to make it really quite work for us, even though I thought it was adorable. So my partner, Dave Wilk, who is my son's best friend's father, also in an interfaith marriage, also wanted to do something to connect the kids a little more to their Jewish heritage. He and I started talking, and we were just joking. Let's make a Rabbi on the Rocker. Let's make this, that. And then we said we should make a Maccabee on the Mantle. And we kind of looked at each other and were like, oh, we totally should make that. A story for our kids with a plush that could be something for Jewish children to enjoy if Elf doesn't happen to work in their house. So I am a writer, and he owns a comedy club called 4 Day Weekend here in Dallas, Fort Worth. So he knew how to get it done, and I knew how to write it, and we just collaborated. And
how long has it been out?
It's been out 2 years. Last year was the release, although we've been working on it for about 5.
And you got some kind of award for it.
Yes, we won the Creative Child Award, so that was
awesome.
So exciting. I hadn't won an award since I think I got like most improved in archery at camp when I was in 6th grade. So I was really happy.
Well, this is a bigger award for sure.
And where can people go to purchase this? Why have you? I mean, I want to get everything out up front because, people tune in and out. So if they want to, I mean, even though it's Hanukkah and they may need it for next year or whatever, it doesn't, where can they go to purchase this?
It's in a bunch of temple gift shops and a bunch of JCCs and a bunch of little mom and pop.
It's not like it's not on a website anywhere?
It is. It's on Amazon.
Okay,
good. All
right.
It's on our website, which is MaccabeeOnTheMantle.com. It's in Hallmark stores. It's not terribly hard to find. It's definitely easiest to get it off the internet.
Yeah, that's what I was trying. Since this is an internet radio show, I like to send people to the internet.
Oh, then Amazon or MaccabeeOnTheMantle.com.
Great.
Okay, spell Maccabee, just in case people don't remember that word.
Great request. M as in Mary, A, C, C, A, B as in boy, E, E. MACCABEE.
And they have to put in on the mantle, right?
Yes, and it's Mantel.
Okay. Yeah, just to make sure, because I hadn't seen that word in a really long time till I got that email.
And Abra,
it's not really part of our popular lexicon anymore.
And Abra, question for you:
now.
is the book something that the children read along with you, or is it something that's a story that's read to them? Is it a interactive type of a book?
It's an educational book. It is something, I guess, just depending on if the children read or not. That typically, because the kids I've been doing it with are pretty young, I've been reading the book to them. And when I wrote the book, my kids were 5 and 3, so I was always loving to read to them. But it teaches the story of Hanukkah, and the story of Hanukkah has a war in it, so it's very, it's nothing scary at all, and it's very watercolor and dreamlike, but it's probably a good book to read with the children in case they have questions.
And how old are your children now?
They're 11 and 9.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so they grew.
They grew.
And being
my
that
9-year-old, my daughter is like a 17-year-old. I don't know what happened.
and that your husband has a comedy
partner.
Your partner has a.
My-
I'm sorry,
yes.
not your husband. Is there comedy in the book? Is it done with some humor? Because I grew up also with my father was Jewish, my mother wasn't. There's a lot of comedy in our house. And I'm just wondered if that was something that was incorporated in the book as well.
Yes. Every time I read the book, we get some good little laughs, particularly from the adults. It's a very cute, sweet book, and it is so much, I feel like, a part of the Jewish culture to just, as you said, have a lot of laughter in the house.
All right. What is your favorite part about the book?
The book itself or the whole...
Well, the whole thing. I don't want to separate them out because it's really one product.
The best part for me is going and reading to the kids. They are so cute, and they are so into it, and they are so excited, and I go to preschools, and I go to JCCs, and I read the book to them, and they're all still so new to the world without the cynicism. They're all these pure little souls, and their eyes light up, and they hug me really hard when they're done.
Did most of them ever hear of a Maccabee?
Well, yeah, because I'm doing it at temples and JCCs and stuff like that a lot. I've done it at other schools where I had to take a second and explain the Maccabee as a Jewish soldier who fought King Antiochus in the Greek-Syrian War, and that's about all I say. And they go, okay, a soldier.
Is there a cartoon in the works for this? It sounds like that might be a good holiday special.
That's an awesome idea. Thank you. No, there's not, but maybe now.
Well, I just picture I picture the story. It would be an interesting animation.
It would be. It would be, and it would be educational too. Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah,
Well,
cool.
okay. You always get something interesting on Alayna's Beauty Talk. You never know what's going to come out. You know what? I should introduce you. You are talking to Michael Carson, who is one of the country's leading fitness experts. So he was my guest for the show today.
Only because they do it alphabetically, and my last name begins with a C. So
That's
let's
not
be fair.
true.
Let's
No.
be fair, Abra.
That's not
I have
true.
heard of you. I'm a yoga teacher here in Dallas. I have heard of you, and I've seen some stuff you've written.
Oh my God! Well, thank you so much. I
I
appreciate
didn't
it.
know you teach yoga. Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
that's yeah.
Oh, that's your main thing?
No, it's my not main thing. I'm really,
You're a writer.
My job is as a writer, but it's my hobby / passion. It's 2 or 3 hours a week I teach it, and I try to take every day. I just love the philosophy and the fitness aspects. So
Yeah, and it's
so
very
I actually
centering.
am familiar, and it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Oh, guess well, we're all fitness people here. Wow. Yeah. So no wonder I said okay when I got this email, because you are really the only. You are the second call in. One is my nephew, and you. That's it.
I heard your nephew with the band who I heard in the race.
Yeah. Yeah.
So impressive.
Yeah, he's
Very
adorable.
cool.
But okay, because I'm going to have to let you go in just a few minutes because Michael and I have to close out the show. So again, tell people where you can get it. Is there anything we didn't cover that you want my listeners to know? So kind of wrap up the idea of Maccabee on the Mantle for me.
So again, Maccabee on the Mantle is either an alternative or a counterpart, however you want to look at it, to Elf on the Shelf. It's a plush book combination. It has been picked up by a lot of people who are not Jewish, so even if you're not of the faith, but it's intriguing to you, go for it. It's the story of Hanukkah. It's been very well received. It's available on Amazon, and it's available on MaccabeeOnTheMantle.com. And the children have loved it. It's been so rewarding to put something out there that's making kids happy. It's absolutely the best part of what we've done.
Okay, spell Maccabee one more time.
And use it in a sentence.
M as in mom.
It's a spelling bee.
Maccabee. Maccabee.
It's only because we have a lot of listeners on iTunes, and they may be interested, so they can jot this down real quick, and that's why. Because there's nothing.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good
because there's nothing if they go and try and Google it and they can't find it, and it's something they want. I just want to try and get the frustration out.
The search, the minimal search.
I remember before Shazam trying to remember songs I wanted to find on iTunes, and I couldn't quite think of the title. It is frustrating.
It is, so that's why, I want it repeated a couple times so that, if they didn't have a pencil or something close to them.
And then I just want to throw my name in the ring in case you do an animation. I'd like to do one of the voices of the.
I like your voice.
Well, thank you.
I will definitely have you doing one of the voices.
I would love it.
Yeah, and I will send. I know your PR company. Lori wants the link to this, so when the show goes up on Ustream and then again on YouTube, I will send it to your PR people, and they will forward it on to you.
Wonderful.
So you'll get to hear yourself on my show. So anyway, thank you for calling in. I'm sorry it had to be a little bit short, but I had to get out. As you know, being a yoga instructor, we have to get everybody fit and staying fit through the holidays.
I love that. I'm happy there was an overlap like that. That's super cool.
Anyway, I will be in touch with you again. I want to learn more about this because I think it doesn't have to just be for Hanukkah. It can be something that can come up, throughout the year.
I agree. It's really about taking care of yourself and being brave and standing up for what's right. So
exactly.
It's a pretty transcendent message.
So we'll do, have you back on again since our call-in line sounds so terrific now. Thank you, Richard. We have this new call-in line that makes everything sound like you're right here in the studio.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, you
Very
sound
cool.
terrific. Anyway, listen, have a happy Hanukkah. Wish happy Hanukkah to your kids, to your family. And I'll be in touch with you very soon. So thank you, Abra.
Nice to meet you, Abra. Have a great new year.
Thank you. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for your time.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Bye. I didn't know you were part Jewish.
Yes, my father's side of the family. It's funny. My father, he's passed away. He passed away in 2006, but about 2 months before he passed away, he let me know he had a bar mitzvah. I had no idea.
Were you bar mitzvahed?
No.
Oh,
no.
I was bat mitzvahed.
I was offered by my uncle as a young child. He said, if you go through Hebrew school and get a bar mitzvah successfully, I will leave $1 million for you in my will. $1 million.
And you said no.
At the time, I didn't realize that life was going to be as hard as it was going to be. And I only had one friend that I knew of that was even doing that. Everybody else was all my Italian friends that were all playing soccer and baseball.
And I knew you like meatballs.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny because that's usually that's the meal that I would get when the holiday meals would be out. I want the meatballs. So I was So I have that heritage.
Do you think he would have really given you the $1 million?
Uncle Irving? I'm just wondering.
I had an Uncle Irving too.
It might be the same guy. I think we all the Jewish kids had an Uncle Irving. I think you're kind of born with an Irving or an Ira. I think maybe. I maybe there was an intrinsic knowledge that, but he had this house that we'd go to, and it would have a plush carpet in one room, and really plush carpet, and he would throw change in the room that would get stuck in the plush carpet, and we'd go in there, and he'd go and and hunt for your fortune, and we'd go and hunt for change. So I'm not sure he had $1 million worth of coins, but but I did know he had about 4 rolls of quarters at the time.
Oh,
so
that's funny.
Yeah, but it would have been nice to find out.
Yeah. All right, we got to get back to fitness real quick because we only have 10 minutes and we got to wrap up this show.
Gotcha.
Okay. Fitness tips and health tips.
Okay, let's recap again. Starting every morning with 4 to 6 ounces of water. If you can drink that water before you go to the bathroom, have coffee, have food, have anything, you're going to be supercharging and superstarting your metabolism.
Okay. How to monitor sugary drinks?
Sugary drinks, the thing that you want to make sure that if you're going to have a sugary drink, not going to avoid it. You do have a little water first and a little water afterwards. And the water that you have before and afterwards, if you put a little lemon in it, you're going to help to alkaline and to minimize the inflammation caused from the sugary drink. Of course, it's a lot of effort because you just want that sugary drink. but it will help.
Okay, lemony water.
Yeah, lemon
See,
water.
I was
and lemon.
listening to you.
Yes, and remember the trick about the lemons. If people,
Oh, right.
If you want to get some lemons, everyone gets one lemon. But if you get a bag of lemons, it's cheaper that way. Squeeze them into ice trays. You don't have to fill the ice tray all the way up in each cube because it's more potent than you think. You fill up the ice trays, break the ice trays down, put them in a plastic bag, and every time you have a drink of water, you just throw one of those cubes in there, and you have a wonderfully alkaline water.
All right. Do you ever go into Hollywood?
I do.
Okay, I'm going to have you come to Merle and Nathan's house. They have so many lemons, and they don't last. They don't know what to do with them. They don't have enough people to give them to, so you can come in and pick all the lemons you want.
I will be
and
happy
they will be thrilled.
to pucker when I chew them.
And they got lots of grapefruits coming out.
Oh, good.
So
fantastic. And grapefruit is good for you as well. It's one of those things that helps to curb your appetite and will help you to naturally lose weight if you eat.
Does it matter if it's pink or yellow?
The yellow is going to be a little harder for you to want to eat it. So I would say get the pink to make sure that you do it more consistently.
I don't know what color their tree is.
And that's usually they're from Texas usually. So Abra, there's a shout out to you for some grapefruits from Texas.
Okay, now let's go on to the main reason you're here, Fit in Seconds.
Yes.
How do people get the 3 months for free?
Okay, Fit in Seconds. You need to have this for free. This is something that we're not going to ask you for anything at the end of 3 months. Nothing like that. You might have to put in a credit card to establish that you have the correct address and all that, but it's a zero cost to you. If you use the code FACE 2014, that's FACE, F-A-C-E, all in capital letters, and then 2014, you get the first 3 months of the program for free. And the great thing about that is that you'll get on a cycle. If you do this consistently, by the end of that 3 months, you would have lost, if you needed to lose, upwards of 21 pounds of body fat. If you don't need to lose 21 pounds of body fat, your body stops at where it needs to at that body fat level. I've had clients lose 70 pounds, 30 pounds, 25. It just goes on and on and on. It works at your own body's metabolic rate. To get it, you want to go to fitinseconds.com, FITINSECONDS.com, fitinseconds.com. And there's also a half off for the year and the 6 month, but why pay anything at all when you can get the 3 months for free?
Okay, and they won't charge your credit card at the end of 3 months.
No.
I just want to make sure people know that.
And my email address is michael@fitinseconds.com. If you have any questions or concerns about joining or have joined and have any questions about how to utilize it, send me an email. Let me help you out. That's what I do. I'm very good at it.
And he's such a great guy. You can trust him.
You can trust me.
He's been on my show, and he's going to be on my show a lot more, so you'll know where to find him.
Awesome.
You'll see his face, so you'll know who he is. He's right here on camera.
Yeah,
but he's amazing. Amazing.
Thank you, Alayna. And it's so nice to be able to share with someone who gets the importance of, I like to call it daily maintenance.
It is
because
daily
basically
maintenance.
It's taking care of yourself.
I mean, no matter, even though I am a makeup artist, I don't do it as much now, but, my old thing, okay, if I just put makeup on, I'll look really beautiful. But your beauty has got to come from inside. It's no matter how hard
it's
you
emotional
try.
And physical inside.
Yeah, because if you're stressed out, your face gets all crunched up, and you can't see your features. You just look stressed and tired. And no matter how much concealer or makeup or eyeliner or lipstick you put on, it doesn't erase it.
No, it doesn't. In fact, it masks it.
But it also can make you look older.
I agree with that 100%. I know girls in their 20s I see all made up that look like they're almost 40.
Yeah.
And you go, slow down. You got some time.
I look younger now than I did when I was in my 20s.
You look younger now than when I was here last time. So I'm not sure what you did in the last month, but you look younger today. So
I've been listening to these new meditation tapes.
Excellent. Helping you rest.
Yeah, they've been amazing.
Well, just so I don't forget, the one last thing I wanted to mention about Fit in Seconds, it's about your metabolism, and it's about timing. I want you to understand that this is something that's unique, and you may have not heard of a 90-second window of activity that can really change your life, but it can. And what it is, it's exercising your metabolism, which is what I call metabolicize. So
I like that word.
Yeah, so you're basically teaching your metabolism to always maximize the absorption of your foods, to continually burn the unnecessary calories off of your body, and maintain a continual cellular regrowth. So you're always vibrant, like you said, from the inside out. And the inside, the deepest inside, is our cellular structure. And you want your cells to be vibrant. Without the vibrancy, doesn't matter what makeup you put on, you're not going to have that glow.
That's what I've been telling you. You have to take care of yourself no matter what age you are. You can start at any age. Age does not have anything to do with it. But if you're younger and you start young and keep it up, it's easier.
And maintenance is the key, because it's not all about, let's like, oh, God, I got to work out every day. That's
You
not what I'm
don't.
talking about.
No,
I'm
no.
talking about...
Nobody has to work out
because
every day,
recovery
unless
is,
you want to.
Well, and if it's your job, let's say.
Yeah, it's like our jobs.
But recovery from fitness is just as important, and it makes the changes of your body actually happen. And that's what we got to make sure that people are not overdoing it.
No, over-exercise is almost worse than under-exercise.
Yes, because when you injure something and break it down so you can't use it anymore, you can't use it anymore.
Yeah,
And
so
that's
you
the
got to
thing.
be careful not
Yeah.
to overdo it.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know, so when you first start an exercise routine, take it easy.
Take it at your
pace.
At the pace that's comfortable for you.
Yeah.
And you're going to go, well, God, I don't feel like I'm pushing hard enough. Don't ever tell yourself that you don't feel like you're doing something hard enough. Go at the level that you feel you can, and the next level you'll be able to go up to. If you go to a level beyond where you're at, that's where you're going to end up getting hurt, getting sore, putting yourself in a position where you go, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I'm not going to do it at all. Don't do that.
It's better to start slow and build.
And you'll continue to build.
And you'll continue, and then you'll enjoy doing it. If you go too hard and you injure yourself, that's not healthy. That's not what we're here to teach you.
Well, and it's not about, and that's not maintenance. Maintenance is,
and that's not exercise.
No, and and as we age, as we're getting older, there's different things we need to do to make sure that we take care of ourselves as well.
And there's certain exercises I won't do anymore.
Good, because you'll hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. You know,
There's certain things that I just won't do anymore.
I will not ride a camel again. I was
And
dragging
actually, I used to be, because I'm so short, I used to get on stools, and climb and change light bulbs with high, my
gosh.
high wedges on. I just don't do, I have my neighbors or somebody come in. I just don't climb anymore. And I mean, I had no fear of climbing.
Oh, I can picture you. I can picture you in high heels with that ladder teetering a little bit, just so you can get.
I
to the,
did. I've
Oh,
done
God,
that.
don't do it again.
No, I won't. It's like when the smoke alarm would go off in the middle of oh my God, putting on, because my stools weren't high. Oh,
Yeah,
please.
you're piling things up like you're
Yeah.
trying to escape from a. from a
I just
over a
don't
wall.
do, and I won't. I mean, I really make all my, friends and stuff that are, over 60, really not to do that anymore, because once you get hurt, it's too hard to come back.
And it's
So-
not cliche that 60 is the new 40, but it definitely is not the same healing time as a 40-year-old.
No,
So
that
you have to be
hasn't
careful.
changed too much.
No, that's still unfortunate.
That's but we're getting there. We are changing it.
Yes.
We definitely are changing it. But a
Yeah.
broken bone is a broken
No,
bone.
and next time we talk about vibration technology and how we can increase your bone density at every age.
Oh,
especially
that
over
you
60.
can. I think I've done that.
Yeah, I have one at my house. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is it.
It's an hour and a half?
Yes, we're done. Do you
Ah,
believe it? It feels
no.
like my show goes so
That's
fast.
2014. That's it.
That's it.
Ah.
All right, Richard, pick up the mic one more time. Pull the mic out, because this is the last live show.
I'm gonna
and
miss you guys.
I know.
Until next
The
year.
only reason we are not doing a show is because it's Christmas Eve and New
Christmas
Year's.
Day.
It's Christmas
Christmas Eve, you're
Yes.
right.
and New Year's Eve, and we just decided that we're gonna take it off. It's not that we don't want to be here.
We
It's
trust
just-
you on your own.
Yeah, there'll be lots of things going on at LA Talk Live, so don't stop listening. We have all these rerun. I guess they're not. They're on demand. So Richard plays all the shows on demand throughout the day. There's going to be great music. And it's only going to be one day, maybe 2 days, and then the broadcasters are all going to start wandering back in again.
Probably one day. I'll get the eve off and then the day of off, but then it's right back. People are coming back, and with that reinvigorated spirit that the new year always seems to usher in.
Yeah, so
lots of great stuff happening.
Yeah, so don't think we're not going to be here.
Don't you love New Year's infused enthusiasm?
Yeah. We're all here in spirit. We just want to celebrate the holidays with our families, too. So I really want to wish all of you very, very happy and safe and wonderful holidays. And when I come back, I'm opening up with Ruslan and Frank Feta and everybody to talk about what they are doing. The Glendale Philharmonics comes on with their series, and they're actually, can I talk about that?
Cool Classics every Thursday at noon. Brand new show with Ruslan and Frank Feta.
My groupies have finally decided to take their own show.
Went out and started their own band, it seems. Huh?
Yeah, I brought through a lot of shows. I think what did it is when Ruslan did my show for me for Thanksgiving, I made him sit in this chair and host the show. And
it's not easy, Alayna, but with your experience and your background and all your dedication to the trade, the craft of broadcasting, you sure make it look easy for folks.
I know. That's what happens. Everybody comes in and thinks it's so easy to do these shows. They have no idea how much work goes into them.
And I'm really happy about this show because this is the first time in quite some time you've had a one-on-one guest.
Yeah.
And you guys just went at it. And so
great
show today.
Yeah,
great
not
show.
everybody can do one-on-one, and I don't do one-on-ones because, God forbid, you got stuck in traffic and you couldn't get here. Then I don't have a show.
Then you have a call-in the whole time.
Yeah. So.
Or it's back to the original stuff, just you and me, maybe.
Yeah, then you don't want to come on the mic for 90 minutes, you and me, and we might kill each other.
Yeah, no. No, it'd be fine. Of course.
We'd be fine. Yeah. But no, that's one of the reasons that I don't do. And I like different. Well, you came in, so it really wasn't a one-on-one.
I like today's show because it's been a while since you had a one-on-one.
Yeah, once in a while.
And you guys being cut from the same fabric.
Yeah.
In fact, hometown
Cut from the same actual
family.
fabric.
Yeah,
Same
exactly.
hospital I think we came out of.
There's not many people I can
good
host
show.
a one-on-one show with.
Yeah, this was a great one.
He's one of the few.
Oh, well, let's be honest. I paid them a lot of money to let me do this one-on-one. and it was worth it.
And just in time for Christmas.
And you know what? We didn't even, I mean, we did promote you, but we gave out a lot. My whole thing is giving out good information. That is the most important part of the show, is to inspire people and give out the best information I possibly can.
And love your friends, love your family, but don't forget to love yourself first.
And your animals.
Well, yeah. When I talk about my dog is so important to me. You got to love your animals.
He probably just turned off the screen right now.
He turned around.
He didn't mention me.
He turned around and goes, "Oh my God, how soon he forgets."
Yeah, we were just talking. I mean, this will be my first year without Elvis. My cat was almost 18 when I had to put him down. Yeah,
well,
so this is my first time. Oh, he's real happy.
Good.
He's having a ball in heaven.
Well, I look forward to coming back in 2015.
Yeah, I already booked you.
Oh, I'm here on the 19th of January.
Yeah, you're here for the Grandma Show. Should I talk about Grandma Show real quick? All right, I am starting a new show called Grandma Wears Makeup. I did a pilot last Monday that got huge reviews. I was so excited. So many people watched it on YouTube and on my YouTube channel. I learned how to put it up on YouTube, everybody. That's a big deal for me. But anyway, so starting January 12th, it's Grandma Wears Makeup. It's really another ageless show, but I do say it's for people, 50 and over. But we're going to be talking about grandmas not dead. I got so mad at people saying, oh, my God, 60 years so, listening to people say 60 is so old. And
stop saying that, please.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this lady did this and she's so old, she's 60, and it's like, no, we're fine. We're not dead. We're having the best times of our lives. So
we're shopping at Forever 21.
I do. So anyway, that's what this show is going to be all about. I have amazing guests lined up. Because I always get people coming up to me because, yes, I may as well say I am in my 60s. And they go, I want to look like you. How did you stay so fit? And that's really how I started this
You didn't
show.
deny the fact that you were aging, so you took care of yourself.
No, I love being
That's
older.
that's the way to stay young, is to just not
But we
ignore
have
it.
to tell people that. They just don't understand it. So that's what this show is going to be all about, thinking outside the box as
Excellent.
we get older and learning ways that you can just stay looking young forever.
If I didn't have people over 60 years old, I wouldn't have a business right now.
Yeah, so you...
Majority of my clients are 60 plus.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I have a lot of people coming on whose clients are 60 plus. So, yeah, so I'm very excited. So you'll get me 2 days a week here at LA Talk Live, Mondays at noon and Wednesdays at noon. So everybody, thank you so much for supporting my show, being great listeners. I am so thrilled every week to come and inspire you to think outside the box. And it's just made me a better person, and I'm hoping that some of the tips have helped you. So please have a wonderful, safe, and healthy and happy holiday season and new year. Say bye.
Thanks, Alayna.